So unqualified therapist is asking, how many people do you think that Diddy has unalived?
So so if he's responsible for one or two other people, I wouldn't be surprised. But where there's smoke, there's fire. And Maya Angelou has a famous saying: if someone tells you who they are, believe them. Diddy has been telling you who he is for decades. The fruit don't fall far from the tree, y'all. And now the sun is even has gotten wrapped up in things. So let me tell you something. Like, I believe before I don't before I don't believe, right? I would say a good 90% of what you're hearing out there is real, because think about it. He had all the money that you could possibly imagine by these hits that they had. Okay, so you're a first mover, you got the money, okay, great. But you have no you have no discipline. You have no mentorship around. So now you get to have your way with people. You get to have fun with people. You get to treat life like it's a movie. You get to play Grand Theft Auto with my life. You get to play Bang Bang Shoot 'em up in the nightclub. You get to do all these things you get to be a boy behaving badly. That's what you are, a boy behaving badly. And so, yes, see, I believe most of what he did. I believe him hanging somebody off of a balcony. I believe him blowing up somebody's car. I believe that it probably wasn't him, it was people he paid. Because again, let's be clear, he's a coward. He showed you the coward that he is. Remember, he was kicking and dragging and beating Cassie on the floor of a hotel, and she was not hitting back. I don't care what you hear from the lawyers about it being toxic. If it was toxic and it was a back and forth thing, why wasn't she fighting back on the floor? By nature, she was covering up. She was close. She was cowering, not wanting to get hit. Because why? She was familiar with him hitting her. She knew more was coming. Cassie told you more in that 30 seconds about their relationship and her abuse than any news story, documentary, or movie could possibly tell you, in a courtroom or otherwise. Be smart. Where there's smoke, there's fire. She has taken beatings from him before. Hello? She covered up. She didn't fight back. Fight, flee, or you understand? She was giving in. She surrendered. She's telling you her story's right there. She doesn't need to get on an interview with Sean Atwood. She just doesn't, because she tells you who she was. She's a nice girl. She's kind. She doesn't want to get hit. She doesn't want to get hurt. She's protecting herself. She's covering. He's kicking her. He's beating her. He's dragging her. Please. I believe them. I believe them.
Question from Leela. What makes people attracted to the limelight and become victims of the entertainment industry? What can be done to bring awareness to these dangers?
So people want a way out. People think that the celebrity mess and the partying and the people want a way out. They don't want to. So you have people that are part of the ingredients of life, the infrastructure, civil service workers. Um, God bless them. Thank you for your service. The military keeps us protected, right? They keep us protected. Um, yes, police enforcement, because if we didn't have police around, it'd be helter skelter around here, right? Probably in every neighborhood, because people don't know how to cooperate by nature. We fight each other. We have domestic issues. There's nobody out here to play judge and jury. So we need civil service workers. We need people to collect our garbage by the day. We need cooks because we don't know how. Not everybody, right? But I'm simply saying that we need the infrastructure in society, and they're going to be done by people who just want to toe the line. They don't want to be celebrities. They just want to pay their bills. And they want to get retired and they want to live happily ever after. They just want to serve. I get it. And then there are other people who are extraordinary, who are very gifted, right? And they're like the icing on the cake of life, right? You have the cake of life, what I just mentioned, but then you got the icing on the cake, and the icing looks good. It's tasty, right? And yeah, there are very gifted people out there. A lot of gifted people, Sean, from the singers and rappers to the ball players to, I mean, you watch America's Got Talent or England's Got Talent, you'll see all that stuff, right? So there's a lot of that, right? So and they're worthy. They're worthy of getting attention, of making money, of getting their due, their blessings. And then you got the people in the middle, and you got a choice. You either are attracted to um, the gloss in life and the glitz, or you are attracted to your life's purpose. And your life's purpose may not be to be popular, but by default of you being a hell of a dentist, that makes people feel amazing when they come to your office with great bedside manners, etc. Because of who you are, people want you. They love you. They come back to you. You are the star of their story. But by default of you being an amazing dentist, now some news story wants to do a profile on you. So you got your 15 minutes of fame. No, you don't have to go out there dancing. You don't have to go out there flossing. You don't have to do music videos. You're happy and content with being a dentist. There's nothing wrong with that. There's everything wrong with you wanting to hack life and get to a space get to a space that's hypothetical, that's empty, that's shallow, that doesn't have substance, that won't sustain, right? And those things are they're known to be a waste of time. They're known to be a quick lottery ticket, right? A quick lottery ticket that does not give you an answer. They doesn't give you substance that you can live off of, that you can feed your, that has legacy. It doesn't. And I said this earlier, Sean, master your craft. If you want to be in entertainment, understand the full of entertainment, understand behind the scenes, understand, get your niche market. Just don't say, oh, I want to be rich. But forget that. If you like money, go work at the treasury. Learn about money, learn how to make money. If you like money, you like the feel of paper. If you like sports, get into the sports, understand sports. Don't just be a football player or a basketball player. Understand the business of sports. Understand these things. Master it is. If you have an interest in a certain thing, it's fine. You can have that. You can get that. You can be a dancer, but study it, be 10 toes down, master that craft, and then let the results of that, the evidence of that show. You're going to get the spotlight on you for a moment or for a lifetime. But that's all going to be based on how much you master your craft, right? The people like Stevie Wonder or the Denzel Washingtons, they've mastered their craft. The people like the Celine Dion's, they've mastered their craft. And so they're always going to be good. So master your craft. You're going to be good. You're going to be good, but you have to do it at some point. Like, there's a bamboo tree metaphor. You plant a seed for a bamboo tree. You're never going to see it sprout until years, but you have to water it every day. And the day you stop watering it is the day it dies. But 5 years in a day, it starts sprouting. Now you got a bamboo tree that's growing, but for 5 years you watered it every day. You have to look at life that way. You have to be consistent and persistent, right? You have to have an actionable plan. Have daily agendas that lead up to monthly or weekly or monthly or yearly goals, and then those yearly goals should reach up to your purpose and your life's purpose. And somewhere in there is what we call the dash. And that's the substance of life. That's the juice of life. And that's what people gravitate towards, folks. They want real things. gravitate towards those real things. So I'm not mad that the person who the comment was, "Oh, I got something to tell you about Ellen DeGeneres," but have be 10 toes down in what it is, master your craft, and you'll hit pay dirt. Let me tell you about Ellen DeGeneres, and this is my problem with Ellen. Ellen fortified Diddy's career. She elevated Sean Combs and put him on stage over and over again for the world to see. By nature of you doing that, Ellen, you have ushered in millions and millions of people into the Diddy ecosystem. Not only that, you've given him millions and millions of dollars by you ushering him. So I don't have a problem with that. But Ellen, you know what my problem is? When you saw Cassie being beaten up on the floor of the hotel room, you zipped your lips. You made whatever excuse you did. So we need to be accountable, folks. We can't amplify someone and raise them up on a pedestal and give them all of the money and the power and the notoriety. And then when they do foul, that's not a foul ball, guys. That's a deal breaker. What he did to Cassie is a deal breaker. So Ellen should have used her same platform to put out a decree and say, folks, I made a mistake. Look, Oprah did it. Let me tell you how Oprah did it. Oprah brought a guy named James Frey onto her show. He wrote a book called A Million Little Pieces, and he lied. She made him come back on the show, and she denounced him. She had to, because she told millions of people and responsible for millions of sales. Today, Ellen could have gone on her social media and say, folks, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I didn't look deep enough into this guy, and I ushered him into your lives. And by nature of me ushering him into your lives, I ushered him into the Kardashians' lives. I ushered him into celebrities' lives. I ushered P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Puff Daddy, Brother Derelict into all of your lives, this menace to society, and I was wrong. I want to make it right. I want to balance the scales. I made a hell of a lot of money by bringing him on my show. I have to make it right. For my conscience, I have to make it right. And I have to serve you like I served you for so many years. Ellen had done a lot of good. But you can't serve everybody and then turn your back and ignore what you've done in that time as well. You elevated this guy. You created increase for this guy. You turned your audience into his audience and his audience into her. So you blurred the lines, right? You blurred the lines of celebritydom. And now you let everybody know his parties were popping. You are all with it on his parties. And so now when he goes foul and he turns into a menace, and you see he's a menace, you don't speak up. That's a problem for me, Ellen. That might be karma. I'm sorry, Twitch. Is it Twitch that passed away? That took his own life? Is his name Twitch? I'm sorry, but like, you know, God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. I don't know what's coming your way, Ellen, but I do know that you need to speak up. Your time has not come. You can running away from this, Ellen, is not the answer. It's not the answer. Step up, get on the platform, just like Jay-Z. He stepped up the last few days. He said, "No, this ain't me, bro. This ain't me, bro. You got the wrong one. Who's who? Bring her to the file a criminal complaint, Ellen." Running is not the answer. That ain't it, Ellen. We need you to speak up. Kardashian, we need you to speak up too. You elevated and amplified this guy too. And so we're not saying that you're 100% guilty, that you're responsible for all these lives, but you ushered the naive white girl of age 13. You told her, oh, it's okay for you to pull up on Diddy's party because we say Diddy's okay. He's good with us. He's going to be good with you. Go to the Hamptons. He's going to be good to you. Yes, accept his drinks. Because you know why? He's good with us. He'll be good to you. No, all of these people, Sean, They need to speak up and speak out and use their platforms, their social media, and they need to speak up and say, hey, I was wrong and I'm sorry. Let's make it right. Let's talk. And if you don't know how to make it right, ask questions. Ask questions. Use your platform to tell stories. How about that? Use your platforms to let victims tell their stories. Vet them out. Get your lawyers to vet them out, Ellen. How about that, Sean? That's it.